in the server. So we are going to get it started, guys. Here we go. Let's make sure, fingers crossed, that we don't have any issues like we did before. And let's take it down to the gate for our C class. So we're about 20 minutes late. Again, I apologize for technical difficulties. These were not human error. We're doing the best that we can with the hardware that we have been provided. So another big turnout here for the C class, guys, ladies and gentlemen, rather. A lot of riders here on the gate tonight. Looks like we have nearly 30 people in our C class, so this is going to be a packed event. Lommel is a pretty big track, but I imagine that lappers and just traffic in general will be somewhat of an issue. So let's see how well these guys can hold it together for 20 minutes plus 2 in our C class moto. And again, I am joined by Mojo. So Mojo, if you're with me. All right, the 15-second board is up. Let's get our first gate drop of the night here at C class, and let's
We
see
got a
who
couple
takes
of
the
jump
whole
start.
shot.
We got Flippe, Mims, Johnson.
All right, one restart for jump starts. Okay. So our timer in the top left corner here will count down as we join the gate one more time. And do the gate drop. Guys, if, again, this first Backyard MX series, we appreciate the participation. We certainly understand that there are some of you who are in a legitimate points race, and so it is important that you get in the moto and that you maintain your chase in the points. However, this first series is a learning experience for us. It is a fun series, not intended to be, there's no prize on the line here, so we certainly want to get the show started. We don't want to delay. We have riders in the A class who's going to be a little over an hour before they get to ride. So I think we've had enough technical issues for tonight. If there's anybody who's not able to race in the C class, you can join the B class tonight. No issues with that. So the 15-second gate or board is up, and let's get started here at Lommel. As One Shot would say, let's go racing at Lommel. The gate is down, so it looks like Panic Rev might get a jump here. Not a jump start, but a good lead. Tajita. Panic Rev and Tajita out front. Paradox is in about third right now. Here comes the chaos. We talked about this. So Panic Rev gets the whole shot. Big Rick in second. Rippin and Tajita in third and fourth. Let's make a quick check here and see who all comes out of this alive. So we got some riders who are still trying to catch up. That might have been our last place rider right here. So, guys, this track is going to eat people alive. It could make or break some series points right here. But Lommel is a wild, wild track. I expect that it will get a little more intense as we go on through the night with our B and A class. But this C class is a packed lobby, and it's going to be an intense one. So let's get up front here and try to catch up with our leaders.
Big Rick is in the lead.
Big Rick is in the lead in first place with Rippin MX in second. Panic Rev or Zebra in third. It's a little too early to start maybe. Oh, Big Rick goes down. Big Rick goes down coming into the sweeper here and causes somewhat of a pileup. I thought 6 was going to make it through clean, but it turns out he did not. So Panic Rev takes the lead back again with Zebra on his tail. Tajita goes down. I feel like this is going to be a lot of what happens here in these early laps until we start to gap and really get some comfortable spacing between these riders. We'll keep eyes temporarily here on Panic Rev and Zebra as they try to check out on the rest of the pack and have themselves a battle for the lead. Mojo, you spent a lot of time preparing for this B race here in just a little bit. What are your thoughts on the track conditions and how it might impact? They both go down. Panic Rev and Zebra both go down, which gives the lead to Rippin, who was in third place. So key to the moto, we talked about it, is patience, right? You want to make sure that you're not worrying about where the other riders are on the track. Let them make their mistakes and die 1,000 deaths while you take the lead and comfortably sit in it. So again, yeah, back to you, Mojo. What are your thoughts on the track and how it might impact the B and C class points?
Well, you have to be patient on this track, and you're gonna get taken out by people, and you might think they were doing it on purpose, but it's so bumpy. You might be at the right side of the track and then just jump to the left without any control. Just track has a mind of its own.
Yeah, I know you mentioned cross jumping and how some people get, a little bit upset with being cross jumped on, but sometimes it's hard to avoid that on this track. Sometimes this track can kind of throw you around, and you're really trying to stay consistent in your lines, but something is preventing you from doing that. So not only do you have to have patience riding, but you also have to have patience with the riders around you. I hope to see in our B and especially in our A class later, passes that will be made by being patient and letting the rider in front of you make the mistake to go by instead of forcing a pass. But tensions get high, people get aggressive, so we'll see what happens. As we finish off our first lap, Ripon is still in front, Zebra in second, JJ has moved up into third. Let's see if we can go on board here with JJ for just a moment. And JJ
I'm
goes
having
down.
some technical difficulties watching this race. Everyone's blinking. I think I might be lagging really bad.
Okay, if you need to maybe reconnect, I'm not sure how that would impact, but so let's talk about JJ here for a second. So JJ in the C class is currently sitting third in the points. He's had some unfavorable finishes in recent motos, but he has been with us since round 1 of the championship. So he had a pretty good finish in round 5 at Dorno, but he did not finish well at Paletta, or this past Tuesday. So at Redbud, sorry. So JJ is still in third in the points. He still has a legitimate chance at pushing forward for the title, but there are only 3 rounds left. So we are on round 8 right now. We'll have round 9 and 10 upcoming to wrap up the series. So JJ is going to try to stay as consistent as he can as he tries to make the pass on Panic Rev, it looks like, for what appears to be second place. So JJ's been putting in a lot of time and a lot of effort on this track to stay consistent. As I say that, he goes down. It can really just consume anybody. I mean, he's doing well now, but can he keep it up on 2 wheels? Will the practice that he's put in truly pay off for him tonight? Let's find our series points leader here, Paradox. Assuming that the auto cameras will work with me here. So with timing and scoring, I'm not sure where we're at, but Paradox at the end of the last lap was sitting in about 17th position. So briefly here, we'll talk about Paradox. He is sitting first place in the C-Class points. This is just a testament to what it means when you stick with the series from start to finish, and you do your best to stay consistent with an 8th place and a 10th place and a 7th place on his last 3 rounds. Clearly, respect to the man, but he's not out here dominating the field, but he is staying consistent compared to some other riders. There really isn't a single rider in our C class who has just been dominant in terms of winning, or even really podiuming, getting on the podium rather. So the C class is intended to be for the newest riders that we have in the series. There is still some competition in it, but it's not necessarily going to be, I guess, the most intense story to tell from the points perspective. Still, Paradox is in first, and if he wants to maintain that lead over Kenny, right, because Kenny is tied with him in first but is not here, then he's got to do something to catch up to JJ, or else JJ is going to make some serious ground on him tonight and could have a shot for the first place title by the end of these next 2 rounds. So let's see if we can find our leaders here. Looks like this is Panic Rev, who was in 4th. Let's try to find Ripon MX real quick, who has completely put a gap between himself and Panic. Ripon was in 3rd, Zebra was in 2nd, and it looks like we have Barboza here in 1st. So these 3 riders are pretty well gapped, but anything can happen. If Mojo is having technical difficulties, then it's going to be a little bit hard for me to maintain visual on other battles. So I'm going to scan the field here for a little bit and try to find a story worth telling. It looks like JJ was in 11th place at the end of the last lap. Now he is battling with Zach, who was in 6th. So it's hard to know exactly where they are. But they have caught up to Rick. It looks like Rick has made a mistake. So as they come into this left-hand sweeper here, it is a 3-way battle for this position. Big Rick, another member of our Twitch community, so if you're not following Big Rick, make sure you do so the next time you see him streaming.
I am still having technical difficulties. I just joined in and their bikes just flying around the track, not really in any place.
You might try to restart your game, I'm not sure. Alright, so Big Rick was in 6th. Let's see here. We're nearing the finish line, so we'll see when timing and scoring officially updates here. Panic Rev, pretty big gap, pretty comfortable gap in front of himself and Rick, but we still got Zach and JJ who are following up behind him, and this could be a battle worth watching. So we've got Mike and Brock over here. Looks like Johnson was in that mix but went down. Guys, riders are going to be going down everywhere, so it's going to be a little bit less of an intense story when it happens. It's just kind of an expectation at this point. So Rick might have cuts because he crossed the finish line physically in 5th, but is in 6th place according to timing and scoring. Ooh, JJ and J Robo connect over the finish line, and JJ goes down. So here is the sad story arc that JJ has been involved in. Really, he's been a present rider within the Backyard MX community. He's been getting good starts and getting early top 5. But it is a long moto, guys. It's a 20-minute moto plus 2 laps, and you've got to stay consistent throughout the entire thing. He crossed the finish line in 9th, and it looks like he's lost another position or 2 already. So we hope the best for JJ. We want to see him succeed, obviously, as a member of our Factory Goon riding community. But you've really got to be on your toes here, especially on this track. This is not an easy track. So back to Paradox here. Paradox is currently in 12th. It looks like Felipe is trying to catch up to him. Felipe, I imagine this is probably what Mojo is seeing on his screen at all times. So let's see if we can get a battle here going between 6 and Paradox. Ooh, Paradox comes over that roller. It looks like he landed a little bit too far out and maybe bobbled, just like Tajita did. Tajita did the exact same thing. So Paradox goes down, gives up that battle to 6, although it looks like 6 maybe made a mistake. I don't know, he's catching up a little bit, so...
Vox.
Yes?
Just to let you know, my motor blew.
Your motor blew. Alright, man.
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate. Maybe your mechanics can get it back up and running for Moto 2.
Yeah.
AKA the B-Class. So let's check here. So, Zebra and Panic Rev, where are they on the track? Hard to tell when the cameras don't want to work for you. So Panic Rev sits in 4th with Big Rick maybe in 5th, and here is Zebra. So it's starting to kind of space out a little bit. We're starting to get some gaps here, so it's going to be maybe a little bit harder to find the battles that we're really looking for the commentary stream. Here goes Zach, here goes Brock. So this is Johnson. I thought that was JJ for a moment. Where is JJ? So here's 6. So JJ has moved up around Paradox somehow. JJ is now trying to track down 6 for that position. Paradox has fallen back and is currently, he's still being hunted by Felipe. So let's see what's going on here between Tajita and Anthony. Let's see if Anthony can maybe make something happen here and push up on Tajita. Maybe he can capitalize on a mistake. We might have a pretty close battle between Panic Rev and Zebra. Let me see if I can get this pulled up here. So here is Panic Rev. Where is Zebra? Did Zebra go down? No, Zebra is just a little bit ahead. Okay, so Zebra currently sits in 4th. Where is Rippin? So Rippin is still ahead of him in, it looks like maybe 2nd. And our leader, Barboza, has put a pretty sizable gap between himself and Rippin. So the story here tonight for the C-Class might in fact be whether or not Panic Rev and Zebra can push up to Rippin. Let's keep eyes here. Did Zebra... So where is... God, he just won't stay on orbit. Alright, so Panic Rev is in fact behind Zebra and is trying to catch up to him. Big Rick is right behind Panic Rev. It looks like in about 5th place. So let's see if Rick can make the move here to catch up to Panic Rev. and make a pass. So this is Rippin. We suspect that Rippin is in second. Mike might be a lapper at this point. I'm not sure. Zebra could be in third. So you're looking at the gap here with Rippin and our third place rider, Zebra, who just went down in this corner. So Zebra goes down. This is going to give Rick and Panic Rev and J-Robo the time that they need to catch up. So here we go. We're coming into a 4-rider battle as we are 13 minutes into the moto. 13 minutes into the moto, we're going to cross this finish line here in just a second and see exactly where Zebra is in timing and scoring. Third place. So I don't know if Panic has cuts. Oh no, Panic is back here. So inevitably, this is our battle for Casper the Friendly Ghost, I guess. They're gone. Here we go. They're over here. So Zebra and Rick are currently pushing around Mike, who appears to be a lapper. We'll see if they can get by him cleanly. This section consumes a lot of bodies. That roller and even right after it, which it exactly did here. Rick makes it through clean. Zebra goes down, which gives Panic the time that he needs to move up. I'm sure he doesn't want to be battling with these guys for longer than he has to. He wants to catch Rick. He wants to make the pass. And he wants to get into his rightful third place position. I think technically Rick is currently sitting in third physically, but cuts might have put him behind. So Panic Rev might be safe where he is in terms of a podium. I'm not sure. So Zebra is starting to catch up. Looks like Paradox is still battling with Felipe. Man, Felipe is trying everything he can to get around Paradox, and it can't make it happen. Paradox is riding wide, staying all over the track, doing his best Cooper Webb impression. I don't care if you're faster than me. You're going to have to get around me because I'm not going to make it easy. So Big Rick has still got a pretty sizable gap between him and Panic Rev here. Zebra tries to push around the outside and goes down. So again, now we're back to a spaced out situation. Let's see what's going on here with our leader Barboza as he makes his way around MIRB as a lapper. And check out here. So this is our second place rider, Rippin' with Factory Goon, already coming up on another lapper here. Second place is currently entering the rollers, and third place should be Big Rick here. So again, there are going to be times whenever the Slinky comes together and we see battles, but right now the pack is starting to space out. So let's see what else we have going on according to timing and scoring. Actually, I want to check the finish line real quick and see what happens whenever Rick crosses here. So, all right, so he is in third, and let's see if Panic Rev crosses in fourth still. He does, but Rick has cuts. If you look at timing and scoring, it says that Rick is in third place, and Panic Rev is in fourth, 1 second behind him. Well, it looks like Rick went down, so that was not true when he crossed the finish line, but it might be now. So Rick sending the single here. The roller goes down into the corner, and this is it, boys. This gives Panic Rev the gap closure that he needs. He's caught up to Rick. Now make sure that you're not overdoing it in this section. Rick manages to keep it up. This is going to, you don't want this to be the end of your moto battle here. So Rick stays consistent, keeps it up on 2 wheels, pushes up behind Panic here. Let's see if they can both hit this single cleanly. He does. Front tire into the divot, pops back up. All right, so bar to bar as we have our battle for third place between Panic Rev and Big Rick. Rick pushes forward a little bit. Panic was outside. I think he wants to take the fast line, but maybe he didn't take it fast enough. So Rick opts to go inside in that previous sweeper and takes the lead. So this section is actually when the track gets a little bit more subtle. You can almost sit through here and be okay, but this corner here it's still got some tricky bumps to it, but that's pretty much one of the faster sections of Lommel. So Rick puts some space in between him and Panic and uses that section to his advantage. Zebra catches up to Panic here, so Zebra should be in 5th place currently. So we will see. Let me check this out. This is Rippin', and I don't know if Rippin' went down or not, but the gap between him and Rick has closed a little bit. I think when we cross the finish line here in just a moment, we're going to see a closer time than the approximately 20 seconds that they were apart at the end of the last lap. Where is Rippin' here? Okay. So Zebra is still trying to catch up to Panic Rev. I don't know where J Robo is, but at the end of last lap, him and Zebra were pretty close together. Mojo, any luck on getting the game up and running?
I am back in. I have 800 ping and all the bikes are just flying around like last time. I restarted my PC and everything.
Okay. Well, I hope that the race is better than the
I know.
spectating.
That's what I'm worried about now. If I have this kind of stuff, that's how I become a lapper on the lead lap.
Yeah. All right, let's check in right here. So Rippin gets around Pybert as a lapper. Big Rick is still trying to push up to him. Lap traffic from MIRB could slow up Panic Rev and give Zebra the time that he needs to catch up. Zebra goes wide there, opting to take the safe line. Panic might have actually connected with MIRB and did go down. So now Zebra has taken the position away. Zebra is currently in 4th place. It should be 4th place physically. Now let's see if he can maintain his composure and keep it. It has already been 19 minutes in this moto, so we have a minute and a half left before the leader gets the white flag. So we still have probably our most intense story of the night, which is this battle here for 4th in the C-Class. Let me check up here. 6 goes down with Zach Gannon and Brock Colvin. So let me take a look at this battle here and see exactly what's going down. 6 has gone down twice now. Brock goes down as well. So Zach starts to check out. You guys can see how quickly things can go from being intense to just being it's like it's the Thanos snap, boys. It's just over. It's a battle and then it's not. So Lommel is a wild track, especially for these C-Class guys. You know, the other rounds that we will have here tonight will be interesting to watch in terms of how they tackle the course. But 6 is doing everything he can to catch Brock, as they both went down before and lost the battle that they were having with Zach. So let me quickly check in with Panic Rev and Big Rick again. So it looks like Zebra had got around Panic Rev but has now caught back up to him. So let's see if they can both push each other. Rick is pretty far ahead, but not too far. A mistake could cost him the position. So let's see what happens here between Zebra and Panic Rev. And there you have it. That is the happening. It's not necessarily the end of the story. We've seen so many back and forth switches here for positions between Zebra and Panic Rev, but he gets a little bit squirrely in those rollers and goes over the bars, giving the position away. So we have 3 laps to go. Zebra goes down again, so he's going to have to really hope for and pray for the downfall of Panic Rev if he wants to catch up, because this is a gap that might not be overcomable within the next 3 laps. Let me take a quick look here for Barboza and figure out exactly where he is on the track as he tries to... Man, this is probably what Mojo is seeing everywhere. So Barboza isn't too far away from the finish line, where I'm sure he will round out. We'll have 2 more laps basically whenever he crosses. So, Rippin, where are you, Rippin? 18 seconds back. So let's see here. Man, sometimes these auto cameras just really don't want to cooperate. Hard to find people on the track when you can't switch to them on the auto camera, and hard to watch a battle when you are sitting off the sideline. So a lot of technical difficulties tonight for this C-Class race, guys. I apologize, hoping that the rest of the night will be better. Let's just keep a positive mindset here and not let it get the best of us. We still have a lot of racing left to go. Looks like Felipe did get the best of Paradox and has pushed up in front of him. Let's see who we have on the track here. There's Mike. So there's JJ. Where is Barboza? Here is our leader, Barboza. Oh, and Anthony went down after the finish line, so Barboza passes Anthony as a lapper. Second place here should be... Oh, this is Playboy. Where is Rippin? We are trying to find Rippin right now. This should be Rippin MX. So this is our second place, guys. He's going to come across this finish line with easily, I'd say, a 20-second gap, if not more. That's a pretty big gap. So Big Rick maybe Rippin went down somewhere on the last lap, but Rick here is going to have 2 laps left. Yeah, there's a 30-second gap between Barboza and second place. So Rick's got 2 laps left here to make something happen. At any given point on the track, he's got his eyes on the second place of Rippin, and he's got about 4 minutes of riding left to make something happen and try to make this pass for second place. So Rick is in third, fourth is Panic Rev, and fifth is now appears to be J Robo. I don't know what's going on with the cuts, but again, Big Rick is sitting in 5th place according to timing and scoring. So even though he is... Oh, and I guess Rippin went down because Rick has caught up. So let's keep eyes on this. This is probably going to be... Oh, Rippin keeps it up on 2 wheels. All right. Scared me there for a little bit. So let me see if I can get an auto camera here working for Rippin one last time. And we will talk about Rippin here for a moment. So... Rippin has been a relatively new member to the Backyard MX racing community. I believe he joined us at round 5 where he finished 7th in the C class. And since then he has been practicing, hanging out in the Factory Goon Discord, getting some riding tips from some of our more advanced members. And he has moved up. He's worked his way up to a 2nd place finish at round 6 and a 3rd place finish last week at Redbud. So he currently sits 5th place in the C class point series. He wants to hold that up, but it looks like Big Rick, who is a new addition to our C class here at Backyard, is going to try to challenge that right now. So we've got about a lap and a half left before this C class is over. We'll see if... And Big Rick goes down. Big Rick hits the double, lands a little sideways, and gives another gap to Rippin. So Rippin's kind of on an island all by his lonesome here. As long as he can keep it up on 2 wheels for the next lap, and the commentator curse gets the best of him. So he is not only off track, but he's kind of out of the lane, which gives Rick the payback that he needs. So we are bar to bar here, guys. Oh, let me get eyes on Rick. Man, I really wish that we could get a battle that would last for quite a while. But if you've, I mean, I suspect or assume that everybody in chat watching right now has ridden this track. Obviously, we have some guys who are of varying skill sets, so there are some people who, really enjoy Lommel. But there's 2 kind of riders on the track tonight, guys. You've got guys like Barboza, who are out here and they are laying it down, and they are enjoying every second of it. They're loving the competition. They're happy to be a part of a series. Their adrenaline's going, and they're just riding their heart out. And then you've got some guys out here that I promise you are loathing every minute of it. It is a fight for survival. Every bump they hit, every corner they go through, every gear they shift. And so it's going to be, there's going to be times whenever you have an intense battle, and there's going to be times when battles are won and lost with mistakes. So, again, big key to the moto, throttle control and patience. You want to make sure that you're not on the gas when your back tire starts fishtailing. You got to keep it up, and you got to keep it consistent. So let's go see if we can take a quick look here at where Rick is. Maybe he's made up a little bit of ground. He's got a lapper in his way, so he doesn't want to let that get the best of him. But he is trying to catch up to Rippin here on the final lap of our C-Class at Lommel. So that was our lapper. So he is still pretty close to Rippin. If Rippin makes a mistake, which it looks like he might have done so. So Rick really... Guys, he's just got to keep it consistent. I mean, they both do, but it's Rippin's race to lose right now. He's in 2nd place, and oh no, Rick goes down in the corner. It is an easy corner to go down in. You've got to be patient, and you've got to hit the angle right as you try to come into that tight inside line. This section is rough also. Hopefully the lapper doesn't cause Rippin any issues. So he is about 3 turns away right now from the finish line. Can he keep it up and finish in 2nd place? We will see. I don't think Rick is in a position to challenge him even if he does make a mistake. So it's looking like our C-Class podium is going to be Barboza in 1st, Rippin MX with the Factory Goon racing team, or Factory Goon riding community rather, in 2nd, and Big Rick is going to finish physically in 3rd. We will see what happens with these cuts. there we have it. So Barboza put on an absolute clinic with the Try Hard team. We might recalibrate Barboza's placement, but we'll see. So it looks like, yeah, the cut still got the best of Rick, so he finished in third, but Jay Robo gets the third place position officially by a second. 1 second longer, and Jay Robo would have finished in fourth, but pushes Rick off the podium. So that is a sad, sad day for Rick. It's unfortunate. I mean, we're going to go with the official scoring here. I don't know what happened. There's no way for us to know exactly what caused the cuts. But Rick physically finished in third. You know, obviously that's an accomplishment to be proud of, but the timing and scoring is going to put him in fourth, as unfortunate as that is. So let's see here. So we've still got quite a bit of racing happening on the track, so we will let this finish up. Impus, I don't know if you're safe to go ahead and put the B class server up or not, but we want to start getting that server populated. Mojo, who is typically joining us in the commentary booth but has had some technical issues, will be racing the B class, so positive vibes for him, and hope that he does not have the ping issues that he had tonight in the commentary booth. But we will soon finish up this C class, capture our results, and then move on to the B class moto.
Hey, Vox, I got word from officials that Memphis is going to restart his PC before he hops up the
Okay,
B-class server.
so let's see. These guys who are multiple laps down, I suspect that they... Let's see who we still have riding on the track here. So MIRB still coming around. He might be the last guy that we have. So do one quick sweep around the track as Impus is restarting or is trying to restart. Hopefully this fixes the connection issues. So I think we are safe to record our results here. So once again, Barboza in first, Rippin in second, and J Robo in third. So guys,